Hello everybody, my name is Joshua Lyon, owner of Wulf MX, and you're looking at the one and only KTM 150 SX TBI. So we're here today at Megaland Studios in West Springfield, Massachusetts to launch our company, Wulf MX. You can learn more about Wulf MX at wulfmx.com. Make sure you scroll down to the bottom of the website and enter your email and give our social media pages a follow. The purpose of this company was to provide racers and riders the opportunity to get rebuild parts, performance parts, and ECU tuning solutions for the TBI two-strokes and put the joy back into riding their motorcycles. So with the launch of the new TBI two-strokes, there became some inherent concerns from people that the sort of tune craft of a two-stroke engine has been taken away from them, because in the old days you would jet a carburetor, you would cut the head, you would do some porting and some modifications to get the bike to run exactly the way you wanted it. Well, with the launch of these new TBI electronically fuel-injected bikes, the ECUs were locked until now. We've been able to work with some very smart people in the industry, and I spoke at great length with John Ross at tpituning.com, and we started to discuss how we were going to come up with some solutions to make these bikes run good. And he said, hey, whatever you do, take everything you thought you knew about a two-stroke motor and throw it out the window and start over. And boy, was he right. So with the launch of the TBI line, electronic fuel injection is not exactly the easiest thing to wrap your head around. And the tuning solutions that we're able to offer for the 125, the 250, and 300 have been greatly improved to get these bikes to run on par with a carbureted bike. Let's face it, the 250 and 300, even if an ill-properly or ill-tuned bike on a 250 or 300 can still be terrifyingly powerful, but the 125 has a special exhaust note and tone and hit and pull that just needs to be right to get the bike to perform properly, so you can have good flow and line choice. And it was a bit of a challenge to get that to happen with these bikes, but I feel that we've really solved a lot of the solutions to that with the help of a lot of smart people. And I'm super excited to announce that a very ambitious project was to convert a TBI SX 125 into a 150 SX TBI. KTM does not have this bike out yet. I would imagine if they were doing what they should be doing, they're developing this right now, I would expect them to have some sort of package available in the near future. However, we said, hey, you know what? We just love these bikes so much, we're going to try to dive in and get these things figured out and then take it a step further. And I am super proud of what we've been able to accomplish with this bike and build sort of the first ever 150 SX TBI. So the heart of this platform really revolves around the motor. We were able to source some great information from VHM over in Europe. Heike is a great guy over there in the R&D department. We went back and forth on email about what we wanted to do, and he was super encouraging and super enthused and said, hey, how can I help? I would love to be involved in this somehow. And if you're not familiar with VHM, please check them out, vhm.nl, in the Netherlands. And he was able to provide us with some custom blank inserts for the head, as well as some custom inserts that we spec'd, and we were able to come up with a 12-degree insert and custom-made piston that we had to make here and create a mid-range to upper RPM monster. This thing runs super clean, and we were able to also make some porting changes to the cylinder. The cylinder, by the way, is not an overboard 125 cylinder that was punched out. This is a legit 58 millimeter bore, and we were able to make some porting changes to accommodate the tune. And 125s need to be ridden aggressively, and this bike is just that. It really hits and pulls. It will still need tuning as things change. The bike can develop different small little iterations and characteristics that you need to stay on top of, just like you would a carbureted bike. But the 12-degree setup that we're able to work with VHM on getting their head set up, and then the custom 12-degree piston that we machined here really has made this bike a very special running engine. Now, paired with that, we were able to talk with Derek Harris at HB Race Development in Texas about the Get platform, and we were able to go back and forth. He was sharing some information with us about what he's come up with for the Gets. We were able to go back and forth with some dyno runs that we were doing, and together we were able to formulate what we feel is a great base map for the 150SX. The great thing about the 150SX Get ignition is that you're able to control ignition timing and fuel delivery and clear codes, something that has really riddled these bikes over the past year or so, with the FI light going off saying you got an error. Well, with the Wi-Fi connection on the Get ECU, you're able to use a phone app and change and save different maps for different tracks. You can add fuel, remove fuel, save that, so when you're out riding and the track conditions warrant you to have a change in your map, you can simply make that change, load it and save it, test, do plug readings, just like you normally would with a carburetor bike. Of course, it's not inexpensive. They're quite expensive. They're about $980 or so for the Get Wi-Fi system, but you get what you pay for. You get an integrated map switch and Wi-Fi connection, and again, you can just dial that up on your phone app and make custom tunes for you, and you can continually do that. You can have many maps, so you go to different tracks. We ride a particular track right here in New England, Southwick, which is widely and highly regarded as one of the hardest tracks on the national circuit. It's literally wet, deep beach sand up to your axles, and people do have engine problems there with the bikes running lean and trying to get enough fuel to them. Well, with this system, you can simply have your map for Southwick set, add fuel, make sure you're in a safe condition, you're not getting any detonation, and you can save those maps and continue to tune the bike to your needs. For those racers and riders who are more interested in a general performance increase with the 150SX, we are going to offer the cylinder and head and ECU configuration as a package that is a much more budget-friendly pricing point with regard to a flat top piston, flat top insert, and a reflasher of your ECU to accommodate the tune for the 150SX. We will also offer preloaded 150SX drop-in ECUs that have been already reflashed. So if you have a certain time schedule that doesn't permit you to be without your bike for a small extended period of time between shipping and tuning it and getting it back to you, we are going to offer preloaded models, 150SX ECUs that you can simply just purchase on our website, wulfmx.com, order it up, it gets shipped to you within a day, and you can load that up and be on your way. So when it came to the exhaust systems, we had a few different choices we were able to test, and we really settled on the Doma exhaust system. It fit the best, it felt the best, all the rider feedback that we received. I didn't get one single complaint that the pipe did anything to really drastically deter any performance out of the tune. Matter of fact, quite the opposite. Everybody was super enthusiastic and jazzed about how the bike performed when they installed it, and we certainly agree. We're partnered up with Andrew Langston out in California. You're probably familiar with the Langston name. He is the uncle of Grant Langston and the Doma exhaust systems importer. And we were able to connect with him and get access to these amazing pipes. They're from Europe, so sometimes it takes a little bit for it to get here. But we love the way the bike feels and sounds and hits and pulls. It feels amazing, just like a carb bike. We're really excited about that. One of the other products we were really interested in testing and working with was a product by Moto Hose, which is basically deleting the thermostat off of this bike. We found that the bike had more consistent mapping feedback to the ECU with the thermostat removed. The stock thermostat has had some strange issues where they stick shut, they stick open. It's a two-piece unit that connects with an O-ring, and I can imagine some of the woods guys out there in the middle of nowhere with a cracked T-hose and coolant pouring out of your bike might be a very scary scenario. Well, the T-hose does not use a thermostat, and we found through all of our testing that we had much more consistent mapping, and sort of the fear of it having a thermostat hose crack in half while we're racing or riding has sort of been removed out of that scenario. So the Moto Hose utilizes silicone rubber as their material of choice when they're molded into place, and the hard plastic stock system can be prone to breaking. They do also offer complete trim kits for all the different radiator pieces, and they also just started developing this year a billet aluminum temperature sensor housing. As you know, on the stock configuration, it's plastic. I haven't particularly seen a failure with one, but they do make a billet aluminum one if you're interested in beefing up something that's nothing's better than billet, right? So check out motohose.com, talk to Steve Jewell over there, great guy, and he'll hook you up with a full trim kit. So when it came to suspension, we had our choice of whoever we wanted to work with. We kept coming back to Billy Edmondson at Powerband Racing in Tavares, Florida. He has a great understanding of the WP suspension in these bikes, and we opted to go with the forks, the WP 6500 cartridge conversion kit. You basically take the fork internals from the air system, take that out, and replace it with these springs. It uses oil dampening, and the fit and feel of the bike on the track really changed the way the bike handled. We're able to plow through some of the toughest sections on the track and have it soak it right up. We tested cone valves, which were super expensive and a great product. But when it came down to what we spent versus what we received, we really felt that, keeping the budget in mind, that the 6500 kit really gave us exactly what we wanted and paid for it. It didn't exactly break the bank. The valving dampening in the shock was also revised, correct springs for our weight. And the rear shock really didn't need that much work. We changed a little bit of the dampening aspects of it, and it handles and tracks really well. This is a fantastic handling motorcycle. And if you're interested to learn more about suspension in general, please visit Billy Edmondson at powerbandracing.com. He also offers suspension boot camps where you pay, take a class for him for a week, you sit down and learn about suspension for the aspiring tuner to open up a shop maybe one day and be a small business owner. I strongly encourage everybody to check out Billy Edmondson down at Powerband Racing. Great guy. So when it came to the wheels, we had many different wheel manufacturers out there in the industry that we could have worked with. We chose to align ourselves with Faster USA. Please give Colin a call out there. He's out in California, and he was able to custom machine us hubs, anodize them, a special color for us, provided us with great insight in Bulldog spokes and how to lace those up. And of course, with wheels and rims, you have to stay on top of truing them and keeping them nice and straight. And time will tell if these really will hold up to the task at hand, but he was super informative, great guy to work with, small business owner, and for sure give Colin at Faster USA a call and see what he's got in stock for your bike. He's a great guy. So I'd like to thank you very much for watching this video, and make sure you go to wulfmx.com to check out our website. We always have new parts that we're adding to there all the time. We ship daily, and please subscribe to our email at the bottom of the page, and we'll keep you informed at the new developments within the company and part sourcing and ECU tuning. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. God bless you.